Hi there, I'm Jodi Reinert, and this is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel. Welcome to the Great North American Stampin' Show. We are on Season 6, Episode 3. Before we jump in, though, huge shout out to Lisa. She crushed us in Episode 2. She had a great video, and honestly, it wasn't even close. She had way more votes than Lauren or Julie or I did, so she's the well-deserved winner of Episode 2. So for Episode 3, we're going to dive into some more card layouts and inspire you with some creativity. In case this is your first time seeing the Great North American Stampin' Show, it's pretty easy. You get about an hour of creative inspiration. After you watch all 4 videos, and the links to the others, by the way, are right here in the description of my video. You'll watch all 4, and then you go back and you give a thumbs up right here on YouTube to the video that you enjoyed the most. Voting starts right now and it ends on Sunday evening, and then we declare the winner for that particular episode. Now, just so you know, if you're watching after the voting period has officially ended, we still love your likes and comments. It's always great to help us boost our channels a little bit, and we appreciate that. So all you have to do right now is sit back, relax, and enjoy an hour of creative inspiration with card layouts from the latest Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. All right, as we continue with Season 6, we are using card layouts from the Stampin' Up! September to December mini catalog. And today we get to choose layouts from pages 34 or 35. So I chose this this is what inspired me. I'm going to be honest, there's not too much similar on my card other than the fact that I'm using this embossing folder and that there's like a tag-like piece in the center. But this is what caught my eye and inspired my creativity to kind of take off. So this is what we are kind of jumping from. Now I will show you, I'm going to flip back just a moment. This shows you the Peaceful Garden Suite. I love this suite. This stamp set, I'm not even using these products other than the embossing folder, but I just want to point them out because I do love them so much. What I love about Peace on Earth is that it's got peace on earth, peace, love, joy, things you could definitely use for Christmas, but it's also got heartfelt prayers with deepest sympathy, all the best in your new adventure, big hugs for a good friend. Those are sentiments you can use all year round. And so I love that while it's in the Christmas section and it's got Christmassy type things, you can use it all year round. Peace on earth. We need that all year round. So what I am using out of this suite is the Peaceful Greenery embossing folder. So love these products. I have more to show you with these sometime. So make sure you subscribe to my channel here so you don't miss out. But today I'm going to use the Peaceful Greenery embossing folder and create something similar to this idea where we've got the folder and then a tag in the center. So let me scoot that out of the way. I've got tons of supplies in front of me that I need to start pulling in to create our card. So the card base is shaded spruce. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and I will fold this in half to be our card base. And then I've got a layer also of shaded spruce, so it's going to be some tone on tone, and it is 4 inches by 5.25. This is the piece I'm going to slip in the embossing folder and give it some texture. Okay, and let's see. I've got so many things, I literally don't have a spot other than my floor, sorry about the noise, to set things. All right, so this is my embossed layer. Love the texture and also that it's got that like designated spot for your focal point. So this is a really fun embossing folder. It's great with that Peaceful Garden Suite, but as I'm gonna show you, you can use it with any products at all. So we'll just attach this to our card base to get that tone and tone. So we're going to have lots of different pieces on here, lots of texture. It's going to be a great card. Next, I'm going to add a little 1-inch strip of designer series paper, Elegant Pine Snowflakes. Designer series paper, and it's 1 inch by 4 inches. And I will go ahead and attach this right across the center of that layer. So it pulls in shaded spruce. It's got some old olive. It's got some cherry cobbler on the berries. Really pretty, delicate designer paper. Okay, now this next piece I'm going to pull in is some dies. These are called, let me remind myself, Patterned Tags dies. I've been having so much fun with these dies. I'm going to use a few pieces. This right here cuts a tag, but it's got a little bit of stitching around the outside. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use this piece to cut a bow, and I'm going to use this piece to cut some detail. Lots of fun details on these tags dies. So this is another piece of that Elegant Pine Snowflakes designer paper, and I will cut the detail out of that. The background, the base of the tag is going to be, again, shaded spruce. And then I will cut the bow from cherry cobbler. Okay, so get these pieces off. This one, let's see, I'll set that aside for now. Some of these are little details that will probably stick inside, so we'll have to get those out. Do you see the stitching on the edges there? And then this one is going to be fun. Let me grab take my pick tool and just kind of pop this out. See if I can grab it yet in the corner. The detail is just so fine and delicate. I just want to be extra careful that I'm not tearing any parts of the tag here. Okay, so I want to save these little pieces. Not those little tiny little things, but the little like pine branches here. I want to save those, so I'm going to pop them out and set them aside. I think I've got most of them. Oh, this one I want to get out too. So just poke that one out. This tool is so handy to have. Definitely makes detailed, delicate dies easier to work with. Okay, so I will set that aside. These I want to keep up here for just a moment, and then I might as well go ahead and pop this out while I'm here. Now, you might notice the two big parts here. Don't let that escape either. That's like the little knot of the bow that we want to add that detail. Okay, you can see there's lots of little pieces here, but super easy to do. I'm going to pull in my silicone mat and just a little blob of my liquid glue. And then I'm just grabbing part of a sponge. I'm going to put this face down. So the old olive color face down and the other pattern up. And I'm just going to dab some glue on the back. The reason I'm doing this on my silicone mat is because it's a great surface to get sticky. Because after I attach this, and it's really easy to do by lining up that circle right there. So I'm just going to set this on there, press it down. What you could do is put it upside down, and then you can rub a little more freely because you don't have to worry about all that detail. Okay? So that is my tag. Going back to the mat, what's awesome about it is that you can just kind of ball up that adhesive. Do you see it just kind of going away? It cleans up so easily. It's so easy to use rather than getting that glue all over your scrap paper. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, I'm going to set it aside for a moment because I kind of want to build a little bit first. So this I just love. I think that it's so fun to have the shaded spruce popping through, but that this paper here is designer paper. And it's old olive, but it's not solid old olive. It's got, some lighter spaces in it, and it just adds some interest there. I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, and let's see, I'll just put few on the back. Okay, and then this will just go right in that center tag space. Now notice what like the impression there from the embossing folder is not the same shape as the tag that I'm about to use, and that is perfectly fine. It still can just fit right in that space. Now, the next thing, I had saved these pieces here. So what I want to do is pull in my silicone mat one more time, add a little bit more glue over in the corner, and grab that sponge one more time, and I am going to make these sticky on the back, and then add those in right behind the tag. Just kind of tuck them in and press them down. I thought that they were just too fun to not do something with. You know, I saw them fall out of the die. When I was making this card, I had no intention, honestly, of using those pieces, but I could not use them once I saw them fall out and just how cute they were. So I decided to just add a little bit more to the project. Oh goodness, my fingers are getting sticky. All right, and one more. And we'll put that over here. Okay, so it just adds a little bit more interest and detail on the background there. This card is all about texture, the texture on the die, the extra little bit of texture out the sides here, and of course, the texture of the embossing folder. Now, let's go ahead and also put some glue on the back of the bow. And I'm just gonna kind of do that in the center part more because that's what's going to make contact here. Okay, and then this extra piece. I love that they thought to do this second piece for the bow, just to give it a little more depth and interest. And then we've got that teeny tiny little knot. If this stresses you out, don't worry about it, don't use it. But it is a fun little detail. So you know what I might do? Actually, I'm gonna use this end of my tool and just grab it like, let's see. Let's see what I could do here. My fingers are sticky. So I'm gonna grab it like this. I'm gonna set it into the glue just a bit and then bring it over here to set in the center. I can press it down with this end if I want to. It's a fun detail. It's got a little bit of detail on there. Like I said, if that center part stresses you out, don't let that deter you from getting these tags dies because they're awesome. Just don't put the little center part. No one will know. It's perfectly fine. All right, let's keep moving. There's just a couple more things to do on here. I'm going to add a sentiment. So I've got a little piece of basic white. By the way, if you want to know all of the measurements for what I'm using, just look in the description of the video here. I'm going to pull in this traditional labels stamp set. It's just all Christmas greetings. And I'm going to do Merry and Bright. These are two separate images. So what I'm going to do is set it right here on my paper. And then I can just kind of make sure that the spacing is the way that I want it. But what I'm going to do is put it all on one block. And you may notice that the photopolymer images here, they don't look like the rest of them. When you use a color like Cherry Cobbler, it's going to stain the stamps a little bit. It doesn't affect how the stamps function. They still stamp perfectly fine. You just kind of have to try to get over the fact that they're not perfectly clear anymore. So this is Cherry Cobbler ink on this little piece of basic white. Oops, there we go. Merry and Bright. And then that will get attached right across the front of the tag. What do you think so far? I'm loving this card. I'm gonna lift this just a touch and set it right across here. The piece that's got the greeting is just a touch bigger than this. So this is 1 1/4 inches. This designer paper was 1 inch. So I'm just centering it a little bit there. And then I like having that ribbon just come down over the top of that layer a bit. Okay, the very last thing I want to do is add a little sparkle and of course more texture. These are the traditional sparkling sequins. Just wait. Look at that sparkle. It is so fun. You've got red, green, light blue, and gold. Super, super fun sequins. So I'm going to take a gold, the bigger or biggest, I guess there's 3 different sizes. I'm going to take gold sparkly sequins and put them on each side here and add just more texture, more sparkle. I love all of these different things. So again, the texture of the folder, the texture on the tag, the leaves or pine branches coming up behind, the sparkly sequins, the bow. Don't stress about the knot on the bow, not a big deal. Very, very last thing, since it is a darker colored cardstock, I like to put a white layer on the inside. So I'm gonna add this basic white layer to the inside of the card. That gives me a brighter surface to write on, or if I wanted to stamp a different greeting on the inside, that gives me that option. And then just to tie it all together, I have another piece of that same designer paper that's across the front, and I'm just going to add it here to the bottom, and that will just be a little something special on the inside of the card. So that is what I have for you today. Like I said, be sure to check the description of my video here for the links to the other 3 videos and for all of the measurements. And there's even a link to a shopping cart. So if you want to know all, what was that embossing folder, designer paper, stamp set, dies, I used a lot of different products on here. Just click that link and it will take you to my online store where all of those things are in a shopping cart, but you can edit as desired, but it'll give you the supply list. That's the way that I share the supply list, is through that link. But definitely check the description for the measurements. Everything will be right there for you. I hope that you've enjoyed this card and that it's inspired your creativity. I've really enjoyed making it and sharing it with you. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.